You've probably seen both CyberGhost and NordVPN pop up just about everywhere. And if you're wondering which one of these VPNs is the right one for you, stick around because I've tested both and I've got a lot to say that'll help you choose. And before we dive in, there are links down below that'll get you a really nice deal for either of these VPNs, or you can just scan the QR code on screen. Right now, CyberGhost is offering 84% off plus 4 months free, and NordVPN has a deal of 74% off with 3 extra months included. Okay, so I decided to look into these two when I hit a point where I was just tired of constantly switching between different free VPNs. The speeds were all over the place. Half the time they wouldn't unblock anything when I tried to watch Netflix, and I just didn't feel safe browsing anymore. So I decided to commit to a paid VPN. I wanted something that could actually keep up with everything I do online, whether I'm streaming shows from another country, downloading huge files, or just jumping between public Wi-Fi spots. After hearing CyberGhost and NordVPN mentioned again and again, I figured why not give both a real shot? Let's start with CyberGhost VPN. The app itself felt easy to use right out of the gate. I didn't need to dig through any menus or watch any tutorials. You just pick a country, double click, and you're connected. Their speed alone made a great first impression. But what I really liked was how they've got dedicated servers for specific tasks. So if you're streaming Netflix or Hulu or whatever, you pick a streaming server and it just works. Same thing if you're into torrenting or you need that extra layer of privacy with their no spy servers. They've also got this smart rules feature, which felt like a small thing at first, but the more I used it, the more I appreciated it. It lets you automate stuff like auto-connecting on certain Wi-Fi networks or launching specific apps when the VPN kicks in. It made things feel a lot more personalized. Another thing worth mentioning is their split tunneling. Basically, you can decide which apps use the VPN and which ones don't. So let's say you want your browser to go through the VPN, but you want your game launcher to stay local for speed. You can do that. Oh, and they've got a built-in content blocker that clears out ads and trackers, which honestly saved me a ton of frustration while browsing. Now, it's not all perfect. The settings menu can feel a little all over the place sometimes. If you're new to VPNs, you might spend a few extra minutes figuring out where stuff is, and it doesn't have obfuscation, which is the feature that hides your VPN use in countries where VPNs are blocked. And this really isn't a big deal at all unless you're traveling somewhere with really heavy restrictions, which really doesn't apply to most people. Okay, now let's talk about NordVPN. And the first thing that caught my eye was how intuitive the app was. The app layout has this world map that makes choosing servers kind of fun and a lot more visual. Instead of just staring at a long list of countries, you can just tap around and explore. NordVPN gives you 6 device connections, which is 1 less than CyberGhost, but everything else just feels a little more polished. Another thing that stood out to me was the speed. NordVPN was a little faster overall. Streaming in HD felt smoother, downloads finished quicker, and even during peak hours. I rarely saw any drops. It's got RAM-only servers, which basically means all your data gets wiped every time the service restarts. That added a bit of peace of mind knowing nothing sticks around. There's also support for multiple VPN protocols, so you've got options if you want to tweak things for performance or security. It comes with built-in threat protection too, which blocks ads, trackers, and even some malware right at the network level. I also like their private DNS feature, which adds another layer of security. Everything felt tightly integrated and consistently updated. Now, if I had to nitpick a little bit, setting it up on a router was a bit more complex than I expected. Not impossible, but I had to look up a few guides to get it right. And while it supports a lot of platforms, I noticed the iOS version sometimes lacked a few features the desktop one had. Again, nothing deal-breaking, just little things. So which one should you choose? Well, it actually depends on how much you want out of your VPN. CyberGhost is great if you want something easy to use that still gives you good performance and a few nice extras. It's especially solid if you like streaming or want something that just works without needing to mess with too many settings. If you're looking for more speed, stronger privacy tools, and something that feels like a premium experience from start to finish, NordVPN is the way to go. For me though, after trying both of them out and really putting them through their paces, I'm sticking with NordVPN. It's the one I keep coming back to. Speed, security, and the overall feel of the app just match what I need day to day. Everything works smoothly and I never really worry about my connection, which is exactly what I want in a VPN. So if you're thinking about trying one of these out, don't forget to check the links down below in the description or scan the QR code to get CyberGhost deal of 84% off plus 4 free months or NordVPN's deal with 74% off plus 3 free months.